Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me once again, LA, and you are now listening to ELAY Radio. I'm glad to have you back again on my following episode. Yay! So far, I've been running a campaign about, be who you are, love who you are, somewhere along those lines. But definitely, the episode we talked about yesterday was, your hair. And it was more or less towards the ladies, but also men could have gotten involved with the conversation as well because I did include them in there about how they felt about women, whether or not they had long or short hair. I could kind of continue on from there, but I would like to move on with the next topic of this campaign, and it's to kind of wrap up everything. And if I come up with some more topics in regards to loving who you are, be who you are, I'll just swing back around. But I would kind of like to start the next segment and talk about something else tomorrow, and that will be more of a free form. So every day until I have the feel to change, the topics after this will be random. So I will, have them titled and well descripted. I know once I got into this, each episode has gotten better as far as me being able to understand how to describe things. So having said that, I'm LA. You're listening to ELAY Radio. Thank you for your time and wanting to tune in. And love who you are is the topic. And sometimes loving who you are can be hard. It can be lost really quickly. It can be lost soon as you're born out of the womb. Sometimes loving who you are can be lost while in the womb. It can start so young because the child, as soon as the child comes to earth, and while the child is in the mother's stomach, the child is still able to, reciprocate what's going on. That he or she may not be able to grasp exactly what it is, but the vibrations, just like a plant can feel, a child can feel those energy. The energy is the same, be it negative or positive or lukewarm. So, it starts the instant the child enters into the womb, the stomach. So it's very important, but it can be easy to forget because the parent don't see the child. They're like, I have time. It's just a baby. They won't know. But unfortunately, they do. Because if you take a look inwardly and be real with yourself, you'll be able to see, if you do a deep reflection, where your flaws started and how the flaws started. They couldn't have been from you. A lot of the flaws started because most of the time it was outside, from someone else or something else. As a child, it don't never really start from you. It's from outside in, meaning like a mother or father, sister, brother, or turn of events. It can be the weather. The family front can be fine, but it can be the weather, natural disasters, the loss of someone. It can change someone else's mood. So when you are a child, you are innocent. And being true to yourself can easily fire from good to bad really fast without you even knowing it. Being true to yourself is just taking the time out to be real with yourself and wonder, are you happy where you are? Is this color dress I'm wearing the color that I really wanted, or did I get it because everybody else is getting it or make someone else happy? Sometimes you have to do things like that to keep a perspective of who you are. You don't want to lose yourself in a relationship, even if you may love him or her, because the reason they fell for you is because of your individuality. So I guess individuality is important to being who you are. The world will be so boring if everybody was the same. But the world is boring because technically everybody is the same, except for the people who are listening to this broadcast, because apparently you have an open mind. Welcome to my show, people who want to have an open mind. Welcome to the people who have an open mind. Thank you for listening if you just looked up on here, because apparently this will help you in some way, shape, or form. Also, I want to say that, loving who you are is not vain. If it's shined upon you in the light that it means mental health in a good way, keeping your body together, in a healthy state. It really don't matter about the size because people come in all shapes and sizes. What I'm saying is just a healthy mental state. Be it you need medicine to fix your mind, to make it better and healthy, do it. There's nothing wrong with that. That means you love yourself and you care for yourself enough to realize that you need medication to fix certain things. And if you don't, you might need meditation, you might need prayer. You can get along and pray, and some people read the Bible and do the scriptures and, talk to God. I'm one of those people who talks to God for direction. Also, the mental state and the physical state, you want to make sure your heart is taken care of. I know it can be hard because some people have insurance that is terrible. It sucks. And then there's some people who don't have it at all. What do you do then? Once again, I know you might not want to hear it, but it's true. The prayer, it really helps because apparently if you're in that situation with crappy insurance and crappy doctors, the only doctor you ultimately have is the Lord. So I would ask him for guidance and direction and to open the door or to have him directly heal you because it sucks. So we have mental health, we have the physical health, and, of course, the spiritual health. All three of those things are tied into one to making you personally happy because if you love someone outside of yourself, like a mom or a dad or a neighbor or another kid, like the neighbor kid is so cool, I'll look out for him, make sure he or she gets across the street, make sure nobody messing with him or her while they're, playing in the yard. What good neighbors do, look out for one another's children. And that's what they used to do, and there's good people out there. If you want to be around for those people, you first have to take care of yourself. Once again, there's nothing wrong with going to see a psychiatrist. That's what they're there for. I just say use your discernment and good judgment as to which one you go to because everybody in the psychology business is not in it to help people. Some people just like to hear gossip. Some people are there just to make your life worse and say you have something that you really don't. What you really need is some rest. So just follow your heart, and you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You know what I mean? The world just is designed to make you feel that way, but you're not crazy. Just because everybody's not doing what you love to do if it's positive and healthy, it don't mean you're a loser. Sometimes it's hard to step outside the box, especially if you're in a city where there's not too many options and opportunities. It forces you to have to think a little harder. It forces you to have to be creative and dig deep. I am from a city, Saginaw, Michigan, where it's very oppressed, and if you are a creative person such as myself and more than half of my family, we have to dig harder into our minds to find creative outlets so we don't get in trouble or get shot or, meaning not like gang-related, but just being a victim of the wrong place at the wrong time type of situation. That's usually what a lot of these things boil down to. So you have to really dig deep, and loving yourself means sometimes you can't go to places because you want to be around. So you can't go out like you want to. You have to kind of structure and limit your outings around how you feel the height of the crime may be, especially in the summertime. We might have to go do more things in the daytime, unfortunately, kind of have that older people mentality where you have to have more fun in the day because at night the more rowdier people come out. But if you choose to go out, I know you do have the Lord, which is cool. Go out. Don't go out alone if you can help it. That's all I can say. That's another part of loving yourself, being who you are, because things are different now. They really are, but I know our parents always said things were different. Each generation is going to be different, so let's just put that to rest now. Our children's generation is going to be different. And we're going to look at them and be like, how are they going to make it? And it sucks right now for us. Don't worry, everything working out because we are born into it. So we are already instantly accustomed and adjusted to it. So our children will be too. So that'll take some stress off your minds too, as far as loving yourself, being who you are. Make sure if you're at a job that you don't like, that you find ways of comfort, some comfortability as much as possible to enjoy the job, even if it means getting a new pair of comfortable shoes. If you have a standing up job, get a pair of shoes that best express yourself if you don't have to have all black shoes on or shoes that are non-slip resistant, little things like that. Or if you are a person who's got restrictions and you can't leave your job right now, but you want to, continue your search to look for a better job, but do some things that can kind of spice it up if you can, like a bright shirt or something, wear a new shirt or anything that makes you happy, not the outside looking in, but inside out. Bring a different book to work or a new crossword or a newspaper, something that inspires you, or a magazine that is on a topic of what you like filmmaking or being a DJ. You know, bring your aspirations to work so on your downtime you can have it there. Have a book or, an article about what you really want to do so you can remember that you're not going to be at that sorry job forever. You do have higher dreams. Loving yourself and being who you are is not all hyped up into looks. You should take care of yourself, be clean and stuff like that, but it comes into a higher meaning of just being self-aware, because when you're self-aware, more people around you will feel that same thing too. You may not even have to say it, but they'll be able to feel it, and that energy will soak into the next person. You may think every day you go to work and you don't feel like you're making a difference, but really you are. Jesus didn't have to run his mouth 24/7. He just was who he was, and people was touched by that. So that's saying a lot. So your existence is pertinent, so don't think you're not here for a reason, because it can easily happen if you base your reasoning against the world and you're not a superstar, you're not a nurse, you're not a registered nurse, you're not a practitioner, you don't have 6 figures. They do a good job of making you feel like SHIT, but at the end of the day, all those name people, those Selena Gomez's, the Beyoncé's, how many people have they really helped? A fire happened, are they going to help you pay your bills? You have to look at things in that type of perspective. They may help you because they give good music or good entertainers and or actors, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to the sanctity of your family, your home, and your mind, outside of the happy music that they bring, what else can they do? You've probably done way more just existing than they have and or ever will. So just keep that in mind. It's okay to have a liking to super people, but love you. My show is about to be over. I can't believe how fast 15 minutes go by. You're listening to LA Understood, LA Radio. Find me on my Facebook page, ELAY Understood. And until then, do you, be true to yourself. Like, subscribe, and comment, share, download, burn into a CD. It's LA Understood.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples Guy, my New Year's resolution is to get new customers in the door.
Well, Staples has everything you need to promote your business. Signs, pens, mugs, you name it.
Perfect.
And right now, you can get 15% off custom banners and posters.
15% off? That's one resolution off my list.
Oh, how many were there?
Just the one.
Then Happy New Year.
This year, resolve to promote your business at Staples. And right now, get 15% off custom banners and posters. Staples. Make more happen.
Offer ends 3/24/17. See a Staples associate for details.